gamblers, you teach your defensive line, don't get past that guy, because then you only have 2 guys left inside to try and stop him.
Second down and 8. Wilson fires. Caught. DK Metcalf into the end zone. This game's turned into a slugfest. 60 yards and 7 plays, 26-20.
Wilson saw the man-to-man coverage on Witherspoon on the outside. His 6'4" receiver goes up and makes the play. This Metcalf, we had a chance to visit with him the other day. He is some specimen, isn't he? And you know he's going to get better and better. You just know he is.
3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the Seahawks in this half. Extra point is good from Myers, and with 3:36, 26-21. Well, still to be determined is the winner of the NFC West. But if you had everybody's got power rankings. Who do you got 1, 2, 3 in your power rankings right now?
I would start with Baltimore. I think the physical nature of that team reminds me a little bit of San Francisco on both sides of the ball. And we all want to talk about Lamar, and he's been sensational, but those are men out there playing for Baltimore. I think San Francisco is that same sort of thing. The New Orleans Saints, who were so close to knocking off this team as well, would be right there at number 3. And then I think maybe Kansas City, you can tell they're getting healthier right now when they move into that 2 slot. Oh, it's going to be great. It'll be really interesting.
They've got the bye. I agree with you with Baltimore. I mean, they just look so good, and we know what Lamar Jackson does. Their defense is so good too.
Yeah. I tell you right now, speaking of defense, the Seattle Seahawks have to have a stop. You know, this is that point in the game when they have always been so good.
Then we get that short kick that will be covered up at the 21-yard line by Richie James. West Coast Cardiacs last 4 games. The 49ers last 4 decided on the final play. At Baltimore, at New Orleans, against the Falcons at home. Last week against the Rams, they won 34-31. Meanwhile, 10 wins in 1-possession games, tying an NFL record for the Seahawks. So 10 wins of their 11 this season. They had only 1 blowout against Arizona early in the year. From the 21. Mostert gets away from an early would-be tackle, picks up about 3, 2nd and 7.
One of the keys to Seattle defensively is their inside backers don't have to react quickly up to the run game. But now with sort of the 49ers wanting to run some clock, there may be an opportunity here for a hard play action and work that middle of the field. It was so wide open early. If you can get those linebackers to step up, there's always that chance.
Under 3 minutes to play. Little toss here. Samuel. They stop him this time at the 26-yard line. Big stop. Shaquille Griffin, but the flag is down. Flag is in the secondary out at the 43-yard line. It was a 2nd and 7. Tony Correnti tells us.
After the conclusion of the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 63. This penalty will be assessed after this is a goal, and since it was after the play, it will be 3rd down.
On the center, Ben Garland.
Yeah, but that's a hustle play, and he couldn't hear the whistle. You can't hear anything in this stadium. So here's this big center flying down the field. There was a quick tackle made that was unexpected, and so he just continued his block. There was nothing cheap. It just happened after the whistle.
On Lano Hill. That makes it 3rd and 17. Garoppolo dumps it off. Mostert. A little shake and bake, and he takes it out to the 30. Man, he almost picked it all up. Picks up 16. Griffin makes the tackle. So now you've got a 4th down.
Well, they converted a couple of 3rd and 16s last week, and 1 more yard was the difference in this one, and they're going to have to punt it.
Well, Seattle's going to take a timeout, conserve the clock here. Otherwise, the 49ers would have run it down to the 2-minute warning.
I tell you, Al, you've got to go back to the tackle by Shaq Griffin on that play that led to Ben Garland making that late block down the field. It was a surprising tackle. The 49ers had a wall in front, and Griffin made this quick little move to make that tackle, and I'm telling you, it saved the Seattle Seahawks.
There is Mitch Wisnowski, the rookie punter, to send it down toward David Moore. His second punt of the night. His first was 51 yards. Gets it away. Fair catch called for. Made at the 28-yard line. So 2:27, a ton of time. 2-minute warning. 2 timeouts. The 100th season, regular season concluding here. This is game number 15,730 in the 100-year regular season history of the National Football League.
And it's going to end just the way it should end. 2 great rivals coming down to one final drive, playing for a touchdown, and the ball in Russell Wilson's court. It's been fun. This has been a really fun game. The first one was tremendous between these 2 teams.
But this one had the makings of a would-be rout early on. But it was only 13-0 at the half. And then the Seahawks 3 scoring drives here in the second half. Each team counter-punching. Wilson off in the flat. Caught. Homer. Tackled by Sherman. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
For all the talk about Lynch and Turbin and everybody else, Travis Homer's had a really nice game coming in here tonight.
Lockett is back in the game, saw him come off the last time. Comes over into the slot on the left side, ticking down to the 2-minute warning. They get the play off, and the catch is going to be hauled in by DK Metcalf for a 1st down. At the 42-yard line, the 2-minute warning comes with exactly 1:56 on the clock. And the 49ers on top, 26-21. A ton at stake. 49ers win, they're off, and look at 2 possible home games to get to the Super Bowl. And the Seahawks go to Philadelphia. Otherwise, if the Seahawks win, 49ers are at the Eagles. Seahawks stay here to play the Vikings next week. And I have a feeling that Mr. Sean Payton and Mr. Drew Brees and Gail Benson and all the rest of the New Orleans Saints folks are tuned in right now, because this may determine whether the Saints get a bye next week or have to play a wild card game. From the 42-yard line on 1st down. Wilson fires a little high, intended for DK Metcalf, and incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Green Bay has the bye. We know that right now. And the Saints get a bye if Seattle wins. Otherwise, the Saints play a game in New Orleans next weekend.
I mean, really, when you're talking about San Francisco, their odds of winning a Super Bowl go up so much if they can hold this lead and become the #1 seed.
On 2nd and 10. Wilson dumps it off, caught by Homer. It's out of bounds, picks up the 1st down. That rookie's done a really good job tonight. 10 carries for 62 yards and 5 catches for 30 yards.
Well, he's reading things correctly. There isn't somebody for him to block, so he just escapes out and makes a nice, easy target here for Russell Wilson. When those linebackers drop out, here he goes. And it has been his knowledge of the offense in these key 2-minute situations that is really keeping Seattle alive, because the other backs, they don't know it.
From the 47-yard line, Wilson, protection starts to break down, but he fires, finds the open man. It's Metcalf again. He gets ridden out of bounds. And that's 24 yards all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Manuel Mosley in the game, and they are just locked in on him right now. They're using Metcalf going against Mosley time after time, and I expect them to just stay right there.
.137. Wilson, who's been on fire in the second half, throws too high. Metcalf, that time Bosa was able to put the pressure on. Wilson's had good protection in the second half. Second down and 10.
Yeah, right back to it, but now you're starting to see that part of the field where here comes the stunts, and you're going to have to live with the idea that your quarterback is going to get hit when he throws the ball. He took a big shot on that one, and I don't know exactly what happened to Witherspoon, but he has been out, and they have been attacking Mosley, his replacement.
Mosley, number 41. That's him at the bottom of the screen. You got Metcalf on him. Wilson under pressure, over the middle, caught. Lockett takes it to the 12-yard line for a first down. 1:20 and ticking down.
Yeah, now you start flipping the clock over to Kyle Shanahan, and when does he want to use timeouts? The clock really should not be a factor here for Seattle at all.
Not with those 2 timeouts. Under a minute now on the next snap. From the 12-yard line. Pressure coming. Pass is broken up. And that was Mosley right there. Try to get it to Metcalf, who's been the main target in the second half tonight. Second down and 10.
Touche. This has just been one-on-one basketball on the outside between these two guys, and Mosley comes up with this one. He really gets juked, but it was Metcalf who sort of drifted his route up the field just a bit and couldn't maintain that separation.
51 seconds. Second down and 10.
Jacob Hollister has always been a good threat for him down here as well, the tight end.
Wilson under pressure. Floats one too high again. Hollister, boy, good call, Chris. Jimmy Ward covering on the play. Third down and 10.
Well, the pressure is really what did it, because they had the perfect pick play on the outside. This should have been a layup touchdown. You're going to see it come right here, but the pressure inside, it was just too quick, and he couldn't get underneath this throw.
So third down now, third down and 10. Hollister in motion. And a whistle. And timeout. Play clock was running all the way down, so they do get the timeout, leaving them with 1.
So if there's a completed pass on this next one, I think Kyle Shanahan has to call the timeout, because it's going to come down. Well, potentially they could get the first down, but it's really coming down to a play at that point. And if the Seahawks are successful on that play, you want a chance to go win it yourself.
You'd only need it if the play stayed in bounds. It was a complete pass, or wasn't incomplete to stop the clock on its own. The 49ers do have 2 timeouts if they get the ball back and need it. But first things first, a third down and 10 here from the 12. Brian Schottenheimer is the play caller.
See if they stay with the motion to give him some indication as the coverage. Nope.
Homer is wide to the left. And the pass is nowhere. Metcalf closest to it, but now it's 4th down and 10, and it comes down to this.
Yeah, really an unfortunate break there because Metcalf had the one-on-one that he wanted to, but he ran into, I think it was Greenlaw on the outside, who got picked off on the play, or that might have been a walk-in touchdown.
So Seattle is now going to take its final timeout. Go back to that last play again and see where it went awry.
You're going to see right here, he wants to break out to the corner, but as he makes his break, he's going to run right into Greenlaw, who was in man coverage on his guy, so accidentally a great coverage.
So 4th and 10, you can get a first down without a touchdown.
Yeah, it's really important to tell the guys in the huddle that as well, because you don't want them believing they have to do everything to get it to the end zone when getting it to the 2 is just about as good. Let's see, they've been staying on this one matchup. Down here at the bottom, DK Metcalf against Emmanuel Mosley.
Spread it out again. Lock it in the slot to the left, and now you've got a timeout called by San Francisco.
Their 30-second timeout.
Meanwhile, we can tell you the Volkswagen post-game report coming up. Michelle on the field to interview the stars of the game. Still very much to be determined. Liam will wrap it up. Chris and I will look ahead to Wild Card Weekend coming up next weekend, and that's right after the game on the Volkswagen post-game report.
You know, it was interesting talking to Kyle Shanahan about playing Seattle. He said, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how Pete does it. This is a team that just finds a way to hang around. They're always there at the end of the game, and they win all these close games. What is it, 10 out of 11 this year, one-score games. They've been a winner, and it comes down to one play again tonight.
So here we go. Empty the backfield on a 4th and 10. Wilson surveys, fires, and that's going to be caught for a first down, but not a touchdown.
Look out, they've got a player down back here. They've got George Fant in the middle of the field. He has to get up and go.
Does he sneak it in? Oh,
he just spiked it.
Yeah, just threw it down here. 2nd down and go. I think Fant was able to get back and get set. And so it's 2nd down and goal. Man, oh man.
Now, wait a minute. Here comes Marshawn Lynch in the game. And here we go. Here's the throw to Lockett.
That's Ursua. John Ursua, who's the 7th round draft choice out of Hawaii.
There you go.
How's that for a kid making his first catch of the season?
Could this be anything but Marshawn Lynch up and over the top?
Meanwhile, the play clock wound all the way down.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So much was going on. Fans trying to get back.
Oh my goodness.
And that's going to take them back to the 6-yard line.
Wow. And they're out of timeouts, right?
Yeah, well, they used that last one to call the 4th down play. Now they're going to bring Lynch. They brought him in. Now they're taking him back out.
Wow, with the way he jumped over the top last time, it was almost a layup. Not so much of a layup now.
Wry smile from Pete Carroll through all of this tension. 2nd down and goal. Wilson floats away, floats a pass. It's going to be incomplete because it was Marcel Harris coming down with it, but out of bounds. So it's 3rd down and goal.
Boy, he floated that, and Harris saw it all the way and had it. I don't think he would have gotten his feet down anyway. Nope.
Lost the ball. Never had possession of it. Simply breaks it up, though.
And now you're at 15 seconds, so if you don't get in the end zone, it is going to be really tight as to whether or not you can get that clock stopped again. You should be able to, but it'll be tough.
15 seconds.
No sacks here for Russell Wilson.
Wilson fires, incomplete. Crowd wants a flag. So does Hollister. So does Wilson. Fred Warner with the coverage. No flag. 4th and goal.
Decide for yourself. Right there is going to be the coverage.
Yeah. Terry McCauley, what do you think?
He's clearly got him grabbed, significantly hindering the receiver. This should be a booth review. I'm surprised they have not stopped the game.
They have not stopped the game, and it's 4th down and goal. And the play clock is down to 3, and here we go, and Wilson throws, caught, and it is going to be Hollister. Then the ball winds up in the hands of a 49er, Jimmy Ward. But they're going to say Ward's going to run all the way into the end zone, but what's the call down at the goal line here?
This is like the Atlanta game, and is this a fumble? And if it is, the 49ers had players running on the field as it was happening. This is total insanity.
Will go under review.
So this play is under review. Let's take a. We'll go back to the inception of the play and what happens at the goal line.
Does he get over the goal line? If he does, none of the rest of that even matters.
Hollister gets taken down. Ooh.
I
Looks
don't
short
think you
to
can
me.
say he was across the line. It's just the opposite of the Atlanta game that they. Holy cow! What a way for the 100th year to end.
And that's Dre Greenlaw right there, who will be the major hero, assuming this stands. So Hollister comes that close. And Terry, the play would be whistled dead?
Yes, he's
at
down
that
by
point.
contact.
Right.
It's a catch, down by contact, short of the goal line, game over.
Right. So Jimmy Ward running to the end zone meant nothing. The guys running on the field meant nothing.
Now he does turn towards the goal line. Exactly what hit the ground as that happened, because he definitely pivots the ball back over the top, but I couldn't tell whether or not anything important had hit the ground by that point.
So Terry, you see anything that's clear and obvious?
Yes, well, on one of our shots, we see that shoulder hit before he turns the ball and it breaks the plane. Right there. That's the one.
Oh my goodness.
So the clock had run out at the end of the play, but if this play stands as called short, they could put a second or two back on the clock, and the 49ers would have to run a play from the 1 yard line, and so they couldn't take a knee.
But they could take a safety.
They could take a safety. They could take a snap and just throw it out of bounds. What a way for this game to end. Hollister thinks he has a touchdown.
After review, completed pass receiver was down short of the goal line. San Francisco will take over on down. First down. With a game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 9 seconds. 9 seconds.
9 seconds. So now, okay, so now you've got 26-21. Do they take a safety and then a free kick from the 20-yard line?
You've got to go back to the delay game penalty.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest mistakes of the year, of the entire season.
No question. So Fant was hurt. He needed some extra time. They were at the 1 yard line, had to go back to the 6.
I mean, now you have to. You've got to do something fast here. A safety does not kill you in any way, shape, or form here. You would love to get the ball out and just throw it up in the air out of bounds and kill some clock. Then you can take.
Or take the snap and just run around in the end zone, then go out of the back of the end zone.
That's a lot of time to kill, and as long as you trust the guy running around.
So Garoppolo, well, he's going to try to sneak it out, and he does.
Brady sneak.
That's all you needed.
Wow, what a game.
And the 49ers, who've not won a Super Bowl in 25 years, have a nice path to Miami. A bye, 2 home games. What a crazy finish. And Pete Carroll takes his team and heads to Philadelphia next weekend. 49ers wind up the year 13-3. Coming up next, as we look at it again, it'll be the Volkswagen post-game report. To Hollister. Greenlaw with the tackle. And Russell Wilson can only think about the trip he's going to have to take next weekend. Richard Sherman with a little sweet revenge. Shanahan, Saleh, and John Lynch. And they are the #1 seed for the first time since 1997. Post-game report coming up right next.